When they started accusing me of being racist, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you assuming that the people who did this?
Of course.
Yeah, like, I think you might have a problem here.
Exactly.
Young Turks co-host. It's a far-left progressive network, for those of you that don't know it. Anna Kasparian, she's a co-host along with Cenk Uygur, and she has officially left the Democrat Party, and this video is going viral. Elon retweeted, and a whole bunch of other people did, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
In 2022, it was around March, I was walking my dog. It was not quite dark yet, but the sun was setting. As I'm walking my dog, I see these two guys that they were just kind of like moving around weirdly. You know, they seemed kind of manic and their clothes were tattered. So I knew that they were probably homeless. And I also knew that they're probably on something just based on like the twitchy way they were acting. But living in LA, I mean, there's homeless people everywhere, right? So I've never had problems. I didn't think anything of it. But as I was bending down to pick up my dog's mess, one of the guys like grabs me by my hips, and he had an erection.
Oh, God.
And just starts like humping me. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I was terrified. I didn't have a weapon on me. Like, I had no way of defending myself. I didn't know how far it was going to go because it's two guys. I'm by myself with my little dog. It was one of the most terrifying things ever. And so I opened up about this on the show, not really thinking much of it. And before I know it, I'm starting to get these messages, and it's like really, really harsh stuff. And it's about how you are painting a picture of the homeless community. You know, how could you be like this? You know, these are your unhoused neighbors and they need help. A few people accused me of being racist when I had never disclosed the race of the individuals who did this to me. And in fact, they were white. And so like when they started accusing me of being racist, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you assuming that the people who did this?
Of course.
Yeah, like, I think you might have a problem here.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that woke me up. That woke me up because I'm like, oh my God.
They eat their...
All right, so I'll try not to make it personal here. I mean, many of the things she's being accused of by those crazy people are the same exact things she's accused me of, but let's just leave that for a moment. I am always very enthused when someone wakes up. And it's interesting that it takes something so personal like, say, a drug-addicted homeless guy with a boner attacking you that will get people to wake up. So I would say that that is a net good, and now really it's just about entropy to realize that the rest of the worldview is incorrect. Fair, Knowles?
Very fair. Back in the day, during the first wave of the neocons, now we have kind of the later stage neocons who are far inferior to the early ones. Initially, though, neocon just meant a new conservative, someone who had been a liberal or even a Trotskyite, even a communist, and then became a conservative. And why? They said, because a neocon is one who has been mugged by reality. And in the case of Anna Kasparian, she was truly almost mugged and actually sexually molested, and it could have gotten even worse than that. So that really happened to her, and she's explaining that reality, and her comrades are saying, don't you dare talk about reality. Reality is really bad for our argument. It makes us look bad, and it knocks down our fantasies. So she is, I don't know, she's probably not a conservative now. She's probably not a right-winger, but she's starting to see, wow, there's a problem on the left. And so I agree with you, Dave. She said all sorts of nasty things about me, too. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. There before the grace of God go all of us. Just keep going. That's my advice to all of these people. All of the Bobby Kennedy Democrats who are now supporting Trump. Just keep going. Recognize that the errors of leftism don't stop with the homeless should probably not rape you on the street, and that's it. There are deeper errors. I think about you, Dave. I mean, I've seen your evolution pretty close up. You were a serious left-winger, and when you switched, you became a little bit more, say, classically liberal or something. You know, you said there's something wrong with the left here. But I predicted at the time, you know, I hate to say I told you so.
You did. It's on video
you're going to end up more right-wing than any of us. I mean, you're going to be like Attila the Hun. And what? You have become more conservative. And why is that? Why? You know why? It's because you're following your ideas, you're pursuing ideas honestly, and you're following your ideas to their logical conclusions. Ideas have a kind of natural logic to them. And so you've been honest with yourself, and you said, okay, well, actually, I'm going to move a little further to the right. Actually, yeah, maybe here, I'm going to support a Republican candidate, so on and so forth. I hope that's the same for her. But in order for that to happen, you have to be willing to give up a lot.